Hey everyone, my name is Jamie Lee. Welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for watching this video today. Now today I specifically wanted to do a very quick little review of this dress that I got from the recent Jillian Harris and Joe Fresh Life at Home collaboration. Now, Jillian Harris is a Canadian icon. She has been all sorts of different things over her career, but now I feel like really she is like an influencer. She partners with a lot of different companies to create fun collaborations, and I feel like in general, I really like a lot of the collaborations that she does, and I feel like they look really cute and really fun and very much my style. Now, this collaboration with Joe Fresh, I actually did not know it was coming until the day it launched. I just happened to be on Instagram and saw something about it and thought, why not give one of these dresses a try? Now, I'll share a couple pictures of the different things that were involved in this collaboration, but there were a few different dresses, both in straight sizes and plus sizes. There were a couple different like mommy and me matching dresses, which I thought was pretty cute. And then they also had a bunch of different like picnic inspired homeware. So like they had a picnic basket. They had little like plastic sets of dishes that were gorgeous. Like they did not look like plastic. Really like fancy looking little picnic dishes, or ones that you could use if you were having a barbecue and you didn't want people to like smash them by accident. So some very, very cute stuff. When I was on the website, maybe an hour after it went live, there was some stuff already sold out like pretty quickly. However, that was mostly like the home goods stuff versus the little dresses and shirts. Now, initially, this little dress that I got today is not the one that I was planning on getting. I was planning on getting this one that is the exact same design of dress, but in like a floral pattern. However, I noticed on the website that this little underneath piece, which you can see, this is a high-low dress, so you can see underneath at the back, it was only printed on one side of the fabric. So this inside portion looked like significantly lighter, and I just felt like that looked kind of cheap. And that is still the case with this yellow dress, but I feel like the fabric looks the same on both sides, so it doesn't bother me as much. But I do think with a high-low dress, it needs to be like the same on the inside, or a different like purposeful color or pattern, not just like a faded version of the same fabric. So I decided to get this one instead. This is the Sunshine tie-back dress. So in terms of pricing, this dress cost $59. That is Canadian dollars, because this was a Canadian collaboration. And for a dress, $59 I think is a reasonable price. However, for that price, I want to see a nice dress that fits well. So as we go through, we will see if it fits that threshold and if we are going to keep this dress or end up having to return it. Now, let's look at the dress in terms of, is it cute or not? So this obviously has nice big puff sleeves. It is in this vertical striped yellow fabric, which has like more of a golden yellow and then more of like a lighter sunshine yellow on here. I think that the color is really cute. I have been told in the past that I look terrible in yellow. I will let you be the judge of that. I actually think that it looks good. The bust area is a little bit interesting because this is a tie back and it does have two different ties. So just a small one up here and then a bigger one at the bottom. There isn't like smocking or anything to keep this tight against your chest. It's just how tight you tie it, which means the ties do like really matter. You definitely want somebody helping you tie them so that it is like the perfect coverage. Now, I am not wearing a bra under here. I just have like some little pasties on, and this top part is double lined. Would be able to get away with not wearing pasties and not see like the color of anything showing through. However, if you get cold, I do think even with the double lining, you might be able to see that. So just keep that in mind if that makes you uncomfortable. Now, sometimes I find with puff sleeves, the elastic part at the bottom is way too tight and it feels really uncomfortable. That is not the case here. There's plenty of room. You can put it a little higher if you want it to be more of like a classic bunched up puff sleeve, or you can pull it all the way down. It just depends what kind of look you're going for. I think both look fine, both are cute. It all feels pretty soft, so you don't have to worry about it scratching you or anything. And this dress is a linen and cotton blend, so it is something that should last you a decent amount of time as long as it's made well and get softer every time you wash it, which is one of my personal favorite things about wearing linen-based clothing. Now, this dress does have nice deep pockets, which I think is amazing. You could definitely fit your phone in here, no problem. And as I had mentioned previously, this is a high-low, so it is around knee length on me at the front and then around mid-calf at the back. I do think that that's cute. I think a lot of people would find it to be a little bit dated, maybe, like it's not super in trend right now, but I think that it's cutesy, big floofy skirt. I think it looks nice. Now, where I start to have a couple of problems with this dress, and I want to say, I think that it's very, very cute. I like how it looks. However, there are a couple of concerns that I have with it. One of them is that there is no lining past here. So it's just the one layer of fabric. And I don't know if you'll be able to see on camera, but in a mirror, I can see my underwear through this. I'm wearing like dark purpley pink underwear. 100% you can see it. And it is not that dark. So I don't feel like you should be able to see this through. That concerns me and tells me that even with like a nude colored underwear, I would probably want to wear a slip or some shorts or something under here so that nobody's seeing my underwear. Another concern, which might be kind of hard to show you without taking the dress off, but on one of these little straps, I actually had my husband tie it up for me. And he noticed that there was a lot of fraying on one of them. And even when I'm just reaching back here, I can feel loose threads. This little thread just immediately came out when I reached back there. And I've already picked off multiple other loose threads, which does concern me because this is like a linen. As I said before, it should last a long time. But if it was not sewn correctly and there are all kinds of loose threads coming off and fraying happening on those little straps, it will be ruined before too long. And if you wash it a couple of times, that's just going to get worse and worse and worse. So that does freak me out, especially for $59. I do feel like all of the seams should be properly done. And we should not be getting loose threads everywhere. Now, in terms of care instructions, I always like to look at that when you're buying a dress, especially something that feels like you might want to just throw it in the laundry. This one, you can wash it in the washing machine on cold, and then it just says to hang to dry and iron on warm, which is pretty reasonable. I don't have a problem with that. But like I said, it does concern me that it could start to fall apart. Even down here beside the pocket, I don't know if you can see that, but there is a loose thread here. And the bottom of the pocket does look a little bit sloppily done. And once again, with that thread, that definitely concerns me that this is all going to fall apart before too long. So overall, you'll definitely have to let me know your thoughts on it. I am definitely bummed about all the threads and the things coming loose and the fraying. That is a huge concern to me. I definitely don't ever want to be buying clothes that are just going to fall apart immediately. And that feels like very fast fashion-y to me, which is not what I thought this was going to be. And obviously $59 for a dress is not very expensive, but I always feel especially weird when there are like kind of these bigger influencer names attached to a product or a release like this. And then there are so many finishes that are just not quite right, and it feels kind of bad. I wonder if Jillian Harris were to pick up this exact dress with the fraying, with the loose threads, how she would feel about it. I'm sure she would probably be a little embarrassed and a little bit disappointed. And just so we can really look at the fraying, like this is one of the straps that holds the back on, and there are whole pieces just like literally completely frayed all along every single edge, which once again feels very, very bad for a brand new garment of clothing. There's another thread that this one is actually attached, but obviously if you were to pull this, you're going to pull the seam for this entire strap. And the strap on the other side has the same thing. Multiple loose threads, multiple areas where it's fraying. So overall, my opinion would be, is it cute? Yes. If you have the opportunity to find it in store, I know not every Zayres or Loblaws store is carrying these, but if your store is, and you're able to physically inspect the garment before you get it and make sure there's no fraying and no loose threads, I would say it's cute. It is linen and cotton. Once again, pretty good materials. I think that it looks adorable and would be like a great little fun flowy summer dress. I would probably hesitate from buying it online because that is, in my opinion, like an atrocious amount of fraying for a brand new just taken out of the package garment. I don't think a brand new thing should be basically disintegrating before you've ever worn it, washed it, done anything with it. Like, I took it out of the package, hung it up on a hanger. There are so many loose threads and so much fraying. So overall, I probably will end up returning this just because I don't want to pay for something that is going to disintegrate super quickly. I like it. It makes me sad that I have to return it, but it's just not worth it for me for something that, once again, is like $60 of my hard-earned money, and that might not even last the summer. So obviously I don't think Jillian Harris will ever see this, but if she does, or anybody on her team ever sees this, or anybody from Joe Fresh, I would just encourage you to maybe take a little bit more care with some of these details, with the little straps, with the seams. If you have to charge a slightly higher price, but for a garment that is not going to fall apart or not going to have tons and tons of loose threads and fraying, I think that is probably preferable to most people. I know it's preferable to me. When I get a brand new garment, I want it to feel brand new and I want it to feel like it's going to last. And with that, definitely let me know your thoughts on it. Do you think I should keep it? Would you return it? Would you keep it? Do you care about loose threads? Definitely let me know. Always happy to have a little chat down in the comments. And with that, I hope that you have a fabulous week and that I will see you next time. Bye!